Brianna here. So today I'm going to talk to you about one of the resources that I've been using to keep track of what is going on during the coronavirus. And sadly, I don't have enough computer storage to share my screen and do this, so I'm just going to include some screenshots as we go along. First, I want to get started by letting you know that it's from the New York Times website. It's a section called the Coronavirus Outbreak. That gives you live, latest updates, maps and a tracker, markets, stimulus checks, what you can do, and newsletter sections. So for me, the best section to go to is maps and tracker. I want to try to focus more on the specific resource that I use. So from here, we end up at coronavirus map tracking the global outbreak. So it shows that there's 2.4 million plus cases right now and about 169,000 deaths worldwide. So from here, if you scroll all the way down, you end up at a section where there's all different countries. And of course, I'm going to go to the United States because that's where we are. So when you click on that, you get the coronavirus in the United States latest map and case count. So these maps are a crucial resource that I've been using because I've wanted to see if we've been able to flatten the curve. So this is a map of the United States as a whole at this point in time. So again, I'm going to scroll down and go further, and it's going to give you an option to look at it by states. Of course, because New York has been the epicenter, it's one of the first states to be listed, so you can get a map of that. So just to look at it real quick, it shows you a map of the case count and how we flatten the curve, how the cases have been decreasing from the beginning of the first case in New York. It gives information about updates from Governor Cuomo, and then it also shows a larger map of New York itself with circles representing where the epicenter is and where there have been more cases. Then this great little section allows you to look at it by county. So it shows you the growth rate in kind of like a color pattern, and this could be very helpful to many people because it makes it a little bit easier to understand that, yes, although we still have a lot of cases and a lot of deaths, that the growth rate is what is important and what is decreasing as a result of social distancing. Although I've been using the source personally almost every day, one drawback, I think, is that when people see that the growth rate is slowing down, they'll say, oh, it's getting safer for me to go outside and go back to my normal life. But that's really not the case. And I feel like, in a sense, if someone misinterprets this, it could give them a false sense of security. There should really be some type of warning here that says, warning, this does not mean that it is okay to return to your normal life. But anyway, what I also like about this source is that it includes kind of articles underneath it that gives you some information about what you can do to prevent the coronavirus. Obviously, wash your hands, keep distance from sick people, and prepare, get supplies, get enough food so that you can stay in your house for a little while longer than you normally would. And I think that having all this information in one area, being able to see the current update as well as, what you could do to prevent it, and plus more resources, because as we all know, the New York Times is reliable and comprehensive as well. So it's good to know that there's a source like that that allows you to do that. What I specifically liked about this source is that within the first few days of the virus outbreak, I was keeping track of it using this, but as the time went along, it started to go further and further down in the search results, and it's not really one of the first things that comes up. Well, obviously, it's more important that stuff from the CDC and other reliable sources is seen by people who search for it as well, but I feel like it's very important to have something that people can both understand and have everything all together all at once in the same place, because there are so many sources of misinformation during this time that it's good to have one reliable news source reporting all of these comprehensive materials. It really allows people to see the effects of social distancing. If they take this source at its face value, they'll see that because of the measures that we're taking and because of everything that everyone's doing all together, from politicians to just people staying in their homes, what we're doing is working. And in a time like this, it's really important to see it because people's motivation to stay home is low, as seen by like political protest groups in states like Michigan and I think Minnesota, Pennsylvania. So this allows people from different countries, states, counties even, to see the impact that this virus is having on their specific area. I'm happy to share my source, and if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know.